The Battle of Shipka Pass consisted of 4 battles that were fought between the Russian Empire, aided by Bulgarian volunteers known as Opalchentsi, and the Ottoman Empire for control over the vital Shipka Pass during the Russo-Turkish War. The crucial moment came in August 1877, when a group of 5,000 Bulgarian and 2,500 Russian troops repulsed an attack against the peak by a nearly 40,000-strong Ottoman army. First battle. In July 1877, 4 Russian corps had crossed the Danube River and were moving into Bulgaria. To precede the main Russian army, Joseph Vladimirovich Gurko led a detachment to capture the vital Balkan mountain passes. Gurko approached Shipka Pass, which was held by an Ottoman garrison of 4,000–5,000 soldiers under Suleiman Pasha. On July 17, Gurko attacked from the north with 4 divisions. The 2 flank divisions captured mountain positions, but the 2 divisions in the center were repulsed. On the 18th, Gurko attacked from the south. Again, the main attack on the pass was repulsed, but the Russians carried some of the trenches. Gurko planned a combined attack from the north and the south on the 19th. The next day, however, the Ottoman forces evacuated the pass and Russia took possession of it. In just over 2 weeks, Gurko had captured 3 important mountain passes, but the main army would become held up the day after Shipka Pass fell in. The Siege of Plevna. The Ottoman army would make 2 major attempts to retake the pass in 1877, and then in 1878 Gurko delivered a final blow to the Ottoman forces in the Shipka Pass area. Second battle. The Second Battle of Shipka Pass took place in August 1877. After taking the pass in July 1877, the Russian forces built up a defensive position there. Russian General Stoldov placed his 7,500 defenders on 3 positions at St. Nicholas Central Hill and the reserves in between these 2 points. Suleiman Pasha gathered 38,000 Ottomans and was determined to retake the pass instead of simply bypassing it. On August 21, the Ottoman forces bombarded Russian positions and then made an attack against St. Nicholas. The attack was repulsed and the Ottoman forces dug in 100 yards away. The next day, the Ottoman forces moved their artillery up the mountainside and bombarded the pass while the infantry moved around the Russian flank. On August 23, the Ottoman forces attacked all Russian positions, with the main effort again at St. Nicholas, where most of the defenders were Bulgarian volunteers. The Ottoman forces thought that the volunteer positions would be easy to capture, but this turned out to be the greatest mistake. Instead, the first unit that began to retreat were the Russians on Central Hill. However, they rallied when the 4th Rifle Brigade arrived and all Ottoman attacks were repulsed. On the 26th, an Ottoman attack on St. Nicholas reached the Russian trenches but was repulsed again by a Bulgarian bayonet charge. More Russian reinforcements arrived and on the 26th, an attack was made against the Ottoman position but driven back to Central Hill. This ended the battle for all practical purposes. The Russians and Bulgarians had made a gallant stand. Near the end, having run out of ammunition, they threw rocks and bodies of fallen comrades to repulse the Ottoman attacks. Suleiman Pasha would attempt to retake the pass one more time in 1877. Third battle. Suleiman Pasha made a second attempt to retake Shipka Pass from the Russians after a failed attempt in August. The Russian defenses had continually been worked on since August, but reinforcements were limited due to the Siege of Plevna. On September 13, Suleiman began to shell the Russians. The bombardment continued in earnest until the 17th, when Suleiman launched a frontal assault against the St. Nicholas position. capturing the first line of trenches. The Ottoman forces moved towards the summit. General Fyodor Radetzky, now commanding the defenses, brought up reinforcements, and a Russian counterattack drove the Ottoman forces from all captured ground. Secondary Ottoman assaults to the north were repulsed as well. This would be the last attempt the Ottoman forces made to retake Shipka Pass. Fourth battle. The Fourth Battle of Shipka Pass from January 5 to 9 was the final battle for Shipka Pass and a crushing Ottoman defeat. Background: in December 1877, the fortress of Plevna surrendered to the Russian army, freeing a significant number of Russian troops. General Gorko now had as many as 65,000 soldiers to contend with the Ottomans. First, Gorko forced the Arabiconak Pass and took Sofia. From Sofia, he moved south through the Balkan Mountains to cut off the Ottoman army fronting Shipka Pass. The battle. General Radetzky, commanding the garrison, made preparations to attack from the pass on January 5, while Gorko brought up two columns under Generals Mikhail Skobelev and Nikolai Mirsky to cut off the Ottoman retreat. On January 8, Radetzky's attack began, but Skobelev was held up by unexpectedly heavy resistance and Mirsky attacked unsupported, making little progress. On January 9, Mirsky faced an Ottoman counterattack, but Skobelev was able to move forward in support and defeat the Ottoman forces. Completely surrounded, the remaining Ottoman forces under Vasil Pasha surrendered the same day. Aftermath. Russian forces under Gorko were able to crush Suleiman Pasha's army at the Battle of Philippopolis several days later and threaten Constantinople. Today the Shipka Pass is in the Bulgarka Nature Park and is home to a monument commemorating those who died in the battle.